is a presentation of Real Wise Productions and Komen Media Incorporated. Kid Rock taking a machine gun and spraying Bud Light cans with it. Why? Next on Mentality. Welcome to another edition of Mentality, the place where iron sharpens iron in the areas of health, mental health, love, entrepreneurship, and brotherhood, all from a man's perspective. I am one half of the hosting team of this show, Cole Johnson, and I am joined as always by the other half, the other co-host of this show, one Mr. Wize El Jefe. How you doing, man?
I am doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Well, doing better than I was last week, that's for sure.
It looks like banks are failing almost everywhere we look. Now, with the failure of 3 regional banks since March and another one teetering on the brink, is America soon seeing a cascade of bank failures like we did 15 years prior? Well, Bloomberg reported last Wednesday that the San Francisco-based PacWest Bancorp is mulling a sale. Now, last week, First Republic Bank became the third to collapse and the second largest bank failure in U.S. history, after Washington Mutual, of course, back in 2008. Uninsured deposits are customer deposits greater than $250,000. That is the FDIC deposit insurance limit. Eesh. All right, so the question I have for you about this one, sir. What do you think this means for the banking industry's future?
I don't know what it means for them, but I know what it means for me. I'm gonna be moving off my account to offshore account. No, man. But no, seriously. Oh my God. It's the greed and corruption really rearing its ugly head now. Because now these and that's the craziness now that people that have deposited their money, their cash into your banking systems, and you've gone and lent this money out, and now you have no way of repaying said customers. Like, it's crazy. Like, it just blows my mind how we're like supposedly the greatest country in the world, but yet we continuously allow this where corporate greed trumps the people. Because now look at all these people that have lost. Like you said, 250,000 is only insured, right? So say what about these families and these other people that probably had more than 250,000 in their account? So now they lose that money.
Right.
So now it's a gamble to put money in the bank. You might as well just go, hey, keep it under your mattress.
Now, normally when I talk about Pras, I would be talking about him with Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean of the Fugees. However, Prakasrel Michel, or one third of the group, or the forgotten member of the Fugees, the one who did the song Ghetto Superstar with Maya. He is accused in a multi-million dollar political conspiracy spanning two presidencies, and he was convicted in April after a trial which included testimony ranging from Leonardo DiCaprio to the former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions. He served the first couple of years of Donald Trump's presidency. Now, Pras was accused of funneling money from a now fugitive Malaysian financier through straw donors that dates back to Barack Obama's 2012 reelection campaign. And then he tried to squeeze a Justice Department investigation and influence and extradition case on behalf of China during the Trump administration. All right. This is what I got to know. Why does Pras want to play the political hookup guy in this situation?
Beats me. It blows my mind. Like, seriously, like, I guess he's trying to make power moves, and he figured this finance shit, whoever this dude is, was the hookup for him to see that side of it. I don't know. I can't listen. I don't know how what. Pras, I love your music. Ghetto Superstar was a great one hit. Even though you're technically not really a one hit wonder, but as a solo artist, that's the song besides anything with the Fugees that you've really been. Anyway,
true.
Pras, you are now a nominee of the morons of the year because I don't understand. Like, you're a dude from Brooklyn or Jersey, wherever you from, from the hood, and now you getting involved in political matters. Like, this is like sounding like when Wyclef was trying to run for president of Haiti.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people need to just stay in their lane. Like, you should just stay making movies and making music. Okay, maybe not making the music. But just like, dude, why the political realm, man? Don't you see? Did you see what's happening? They going after all these politicos that's trying to pocket money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, brother. I don't know what you thought. I don't know what you was gonna be. You was gonna be sacrificial lamb, buddy.
Yeah.
You was gonna fall. So,
oh my gosh,
sorry to hear that.
President Joe Biden, he announced last month that he is going to run again for presidency. He's going to fight for re-election next year. Now, he made his statement. He made an official statement, I should say. Of course, it's been long expected. And he says that the country remains in a battle for the soul of the country, doubling down on the central message of his campaign back in 2020. And he said that when the question was facing whether the nation is in the years ahead, it has more freedom or less freedom, or more rights or fewer, he feels as though he is the guy to champion the country into safer waters. Now, the question I have for you, sir, is what kind of chance do you give the current president of the United States to be reelected?
Zero. Because not even I will vote for him again. And I'm not gonna lie, I voted for him first time because I did not. President Orange did not. President Orange did not instill, like, I know Sleepy Joe was like, it was just this. it was just the worst of two evils. Like, do I go with Sleepy Joe? He's always asleep, or do I go with the snake that I know that's there? But this snake is really a real scumbag of the. This guy's just sleepy. He's just sleepy. This guy's really dirty. But see, I don't know. I wouldn't vote. I'm not voting for him again. I don't think I'm voting again unless we nominate another. But yeah, no.
He said this guy's just sleepy. Well, I'm with you. I'm not voting for him. And it's not that I feel as though I am led to the Republican side of the ticket. It's just I got a chance to see what this guy has done in the now 2 years and 3 months since he's held office, and it is vastly unimpressive. And I think he's too old for the job.
He's sleeping through them. Listen, Poppy has a point. I agree with Poppy in some ways, where he says there should be an age limit. Like, I think you should retire from politics at 65. It should be, the range should be 40 to 65. That's it. That's like, you should run politics between them. Like, little minor offices, maybe you can do 30. You can start at 30, but no, it has to be cut off somewhere, man. Like, you got some people in there like 80, 90 years old. They were around when Negroes couldn't vote.
Oh man, nah. I'm thinking that's. So I think some of those senators want to be like Strom Thurmond, be there like 6 decades.
Yeah, no, they need to go. They need to go.
So
65, I think it should be a cap at 65. Yeah.
So you want to anger Nancy Pelosi, Charles Schumer,
she should have been put out of pasture. He should have been out of pasture a long time ago. Charles Schumer, that senator from New York, definitely should have been to pasture a long time ago.
Like a walking wax museum. I'm like, what? He seriously looks like a walking wax museum exhibit, and I wish I was clowning. It just does. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was scary. The first time I saw him, I'm like,
there's a lot of them. And I love Bernie. I love Bernie. That's my 420 brother. I love Bernie. But Bernie should have been put out to pasture decades ago. Then we have to worry about the in Florida.
Are you going after the knees of Ron DeSantis?
I wasn't saying his name. Yes.
Not that he want to say his name.
I wasn't saying his name. I'm just, but when you say the out in Florida, they kind of already know who I'm talking about.
We're just getting started. Mentality will return.
You have to learn to live with yourself before you can make a commitment of yourself to someone else.
When you go to something that's already structured, like the church, I don't need to go in there thinking I'm the pastor. It's like already one set up, you know what I'm saying?
It just had everything, but I learned, you know what I'm saying? Everything I did, I learned from.
So we look forward to seeing you same time, same place. Know that we love you, God loves you more. Continue to stay safe, do the right thing, stay out of trouble.
Conversation that informs a community. Brothers of Legacy. Every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern.
This is all docked up.
Chris, listen, I gotta go to work, Jay. I cannot take a shot every time we say enemies. Very jealous. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. VJ.
So he flies her out. She says, "Thank you. That was very kind of you." Like, Pernilla's not starstruck. She was like, "Yeah, you ought to if you want me to come." I wasn't going to foot the bill.
Hey, Raj.
He literally threatened her. His message says, "I see you blocking me on WhatsApp. I don't know why, but this is not going to turn out good for you. Because I blocked you on WhatsApp? You threatened me and my mama?"
Welcome back to Mentality, the show that is created for all men with Wize and Cole. I am Cole Johnson, and there was a music lawsuit that took place back in April. Yeah, I know. If you remember back in 2013, the Marvin Gaye estate suing Robin Thicke, Pharrell, and T.I. for blurred lines, it is a similar case here involving the Townsend Estate and Ed Sheeran. Why, you ask? Well, welcome to Celebrity Style. So this case started back in 2016. It was filed then, but it took its time to get to the forefront. And finally the time came. So last month, Ed Sheeran took the stand because he had to defend his hit song, Thinking Out Loud. Now, if people are imagining this song, many of you have probably said, wait a minute, that song sounds similar to another one. That other song it sounds similar to, think Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. That's right, the 1973 song that went number 1 in August of that year. That was the song that sounds similar to Thinking Out Loud from Ed Sheeran, and the Ed Townsend Estate went to sue him. So the trial took 2 weeks. Sheeran took the stand. Many on the Townsend side said that it was a smoking gun when in concert, Sheeran would actually play Thinking Out Loud and then transition into Let's Get It On. But after that trial, the jury found Sheeran to not have plagiarized Let's Get It On. Now, why do you believe the Townsend Estate wanted to sue Sheeran? Now, before you answer that question, for those who are not aware, Marvin Gaye co-wrote Let's Get It On. The other co-writer was Ed Townsend, who co-produced the album Let's Get It On. So why do you believe the estate wanted to sue Sheeran?
Why not? Like, you won the battle against blurred lines. Why not sue Ed Sheeran? Ed Sheeran's one of the biggest stars in the world. One of the most probably downloaded, whatever it is that people do with listening to music. He's one of the biggest in the world. Why not? Why not? If hey, listen, if you're gonna go for somebody, you might as well go for the big fish.
Oh man. It used to be we could say, yeah, record sales. Look at this. Now we have to say it differently. Yeah, I understand that. I do. And for those who probably are unsure as how this goes, well, the Marvin Gaye estate didn't really have anything to do or much at all to do with this particular lawsuit. What actually made this happen was the Gaye estate when they successfully sued what I said earlier, because they eventually got Marvin Gaye's name on the credits for blurred lines, and I forgot the settlement number for that one. I think it was like $7 million, I believe. But how much do you think, or how much of a part do you believe that the Marvin Gaye estate played in giving birth to this particular lawsuit?
I played a lot. Because if you see it happen, like, it gives you hope. Like, okay, this kind of sounds like my song. or his estate felt like, well, this song sounds a lot like this song as well. Let's sue. It's again, it's all about owning the intellectual property. And hey, I don't know, Ed Sheeran is a great songwriter. Talented
Prolific
musician.
one at that.
Yes. So maybe because how is it, like, a lot of us are molded by the music and the stuff that we experience in our life.
No doubt.
So maybe he's a big Marvin Gaye fan, and when you have someone that you're a big fan of, they might play an influence on what you create. So is that plagiarism? Because it's like even like in our case, you're world-class EP. I'm an up-and-coming EP, learning the ropes. And yes, you play an influence on how I do my shows, but I don't go blatantly steal your ideas, but you can see that I have some of the similar structure that you have. Is that plagiarism? Or is that taking what you've learned from someone else that's influenced you and kind of making it your own? And yeah, it might sound similar to what that person, but it might, if you really listen to it, it might really not.
And I think it's more along those lines. It's, it's something that it feels good to you, musically. It feels good to you, and you might even want to do it to the point where you want to honor that person, consciously or subconsciously, in creating it. Yeah. But you said it best. You're gonna put your own spin on it because you're a unique human being. So it's gonna have your flavor. Even if you remade the song, you'll have your flavor in it. Yeah. But this is not a remake. This is just a different composition altogether. But yes, to your point about how you produce shows, yeah. I learned from many people and I implemented a lot of what I learned. But yeah, it all coalesced into my style.
Yeah.
And if I'm honored to have anybody who wants to borrow how I create shows, yeah, that's great. I don't expect you to do the show the way I do it, because you're your own guy. You're your own person. You're your own creative. You own your creative force.
You got a lot of little running around there. You do. I ain't gonna blow them up. But you do got a lot of little running around out there. So I ain't gonna put your name out there. But you guys know who you are because you watch this show.
Oh no.
But you know who you are. We all know I'm the least experienced here in the other group, and but saying to hear the compliments I get from you, I get from bass. That to me is like, these are two veterans. These are two men who've been doing it for years and know what they're talking about, know what they're doing. And to have y'all say, yo, you got that. You got this. You capable of doing this. You like, that to me is like, all right, that's validation to me. Because sometimes you need to hear it from people you respect. You need to hear it from the people that. So it's just maybe he got it. Maybe that's where he got it from. Maybe Marvin Gaye inspired him. Maybe when he was writing it, he had that spirit in him. Sometimes when things might sound the same, but they just might be completely different.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's exactly what I think. All right, so since So since in concert, Sharon can seamlessly go into Let's Get It On from Thinking Out Loud. In your mind, is this a legal smoking gun?
No, because there's a lot of songs that you can blend right in that goes right into different songs. This is nothing new. DJs have been doing this for years. Like made seamlessly transitions from one song to another. Because they kind of got the same rhythm to it, and I can transition to it. Like, it's not unheard of. But people start thinking about the money, thinking about, oh man, this is Ed Sheeran. If we can get this golden ticket, we set.
Which begs me to ask this question, because I think this type of lawsuit is not going to stop. How many more of these are we going to see in the future?
I don't know. It might be a ridiculous amount, but it's like a lot of different things, man. It's like open. So once they open Pandora's box, everything comes out. So now we'll see who's the next person to fall, if they fall or they're not.
Mentality will be back in 2 and 2.
That's why we here on this platform.
Marriage, a loving splendor, a daily grind. Such is the case when Damien and Jamie get together and chop it up, for marriage is real.
Let's just lay it all out here. Let's just be real with it.
Join this wonderful couple who keeps it real and always in love. BS3 Network proudly presents Marriage is Real, where love is the only thing that matters. Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Oh, and Jamie has something to say.
Deuces and trays.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Back at it on Mentality, where we award Morons of the Year. With Wize and Lefe, I am Cole Johnson. Bud Light figured that they needed to go in a different lane, and they wanted to capture a different audience. And there were some people that were in an uproar about it. What lane did he drive down, and what was the uproar? Well, welcome to Politically Speaking. The parent company, Anheuser-Busch of Bud Lights, they decided they wanted to shake things up marketing wise. After its leadership thought Bud Light's brand became a target for conservatives angered by a campaign featuring a transgender social media influencer. That influencer's name is Dylan Mulvaney. Uh, Alyssa Heinerschid, who saw Bud Light and the marketing team, she put forth that campaign, but because of a hard, huge dip in Q1 of this year, she decided to take a leave of absence. Now, Anheuser-Busch confirmed that the duties of the new vice president of global marketing, Todd Allen, that they decided to make some adjustments to streamline the structure of the marketing function to reduce layers so that the most senior marketers are more closely connected with every aspect of the brand activities thereof. Now, the moves, I should say, is going to, they say, help them maintain focus on the things they do best, which is brewing great beer for all consumers, while always making a positive impact in our communities on our country. Now, if you haven't seen a picture of Dylan Mulvaney, think of a teenage boy trying to look like Audrey Hepburn. Along those lines, Kid Rock was shown with a machine gun, and it looked like maybe 4 or 5 cases of Bud Light. And in knowing that Dylan Mulvaney was the new spokesperson of Bud Light, decided to just shoot all sorts of bullets through Bud Light cans. So what did you think about Kid Rock using Bud Light cases as a Uzi target practice?
Oh man! First of all, who the buys Bud Light? Like seriously, that's like straight water. No one buys Bud Light. No one cares that Bud Light put Dylan Mulvaney on their can because he celebrated 365 days of being a girl. No one cares. No one cares. So, Kid Rock, if you want to be a dumb idiot and go buy some Bud Light cans and shoot at the cans because you're afraid of your own insecurities, I don't like it because I don't like Bud Light. But I could care less if they want to promote Dylan Mulvaney. To me, Dylan Mulvaney's. I've seen his show, and it's like to him, and people might get offended. I don't give but he's like he makes it seem like being a girl is this big cabaret show. I've asked my wife, do you be singing like cabaret stuff? Like do you be singing out? Like do you have moments where you come out and sing? Like is that what being a girl for 365 days is? You come out and perform a show? And she looked at me and just kept doing what she was doing and just completely ignored me. And I guess I got my answer.
She didn't even answer the question. Oh, it wasn't even
worth her time. She didn't. She felt like seriously. But yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so in the celebration, and I'm glad you said that, in the celebration of 365 days as a girl, not only did Mulvaney land a Bud Light sponsorship deal, but she landed one with Nike and landed one with Tampax. And she basically said that the Tampax deal was something to the effect of where she could present this to those in the women she means, who needs to have something like that for them, and they don't have it. I figured it would be great. It would, if a man were to do that for a woman, she would embrace him. And I said, fool, if I were to give any woman, including my wife, something of a Tampax thing, especially if I was dating my wife, you know what she'd be saying? Oh yeah. You want to be a girl, don't you? You want to be a girl. No, I can't fool with you. Or who's the heifer that you've been entertaining while sneaking me in the picture? They're not going to, a heterosexual woman is not going to think that if you or presenting tampons to a woman that it's a good gesture.
Okay. All right. Stop. Dylan Mulvaney has never used a tampon in his life.
Thank you.
What was he gonna plug his? Sorry. that was insensitive. No, it wasn't. That. How is someone born a man gonna tell women who've been women all their lives,
right?
365 days, all their lives, how to use a tampon? Like, it's like me going to tell my wife how to use a tampon. Like, I've never used a tampon in my life.
Thank you.
Ever.
Same.
Ever. and let's be honest, Dylan was a boy for a while. He's only been the girl for 365 days.
And if you don't think so, look at the Nike commercials that he has done in wearing the sports bra. That should pretty much tell you all you need to know about him being mostly a boy. I'm sorry, continue, sir.
So he's brand new to being a girl. He's brand new. 365 days. That doesn't make you an expert. Doesn't make you an expert just yet, especially for tampons. Like he hasn't had his first yet. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. She hasn't had her first yet. It's only been 365 days.
Oh man. Thank you for validating how I'm thinking, because that's exactly how I am. It's like, doggone, I got to make this mental gymnastics trick.
People are going to be upset, but come on now, like common sense is just like thrown out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, look at what we're discussing. Someone who's never had a in their life
and still hasn't,
including 365 days. They just
right
as a girl,
and still has it to this day. Right,
it might never have one ever,
and might never have one.
might never ever have one. Might never. You never know. Miracles happen.
True.
To tell someone like my wife how to use tampons.
And Dylan Mulvaney is a spokesperson for that type of product.
Again,
that is the lunacy.
What exactly is she's plugging? What is she plugging with that? Like, where is it being inserted? I know tampons are inserted, right? Those are the ones that are inserted.
That's correct,
right? If I'm correct, I want to know because I don't insert it in.
How in the world did Bud Light figure a transgender woman spokesperson was a good idea to sell beer?
I don't know, because their beers suck. So I guess they felt the controversy might help them out. I don't know, but Bud Light's like Puerto Ricans have this saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying in Spanish.
Okay.
It's quien bebe Bud Light se lo mete a su madre, and the saying is, whoever drinks Bud Light will stick it to their mama.
Oh my God.
And I put it nicely, but yeah.
I know you did. So how in the world could Bud Light recover from this hardcore backlash?
No, there's nothing they can do.
Later, we will have from the throne. This is Mentality. This is a BS3 Network presentation.
It's your girl, Stacey Rose.
Are you looking for a show with riveting interviews, important community information from a vibrant and grounded host? STK Productions presents The Intro Kit.
Put God first and ask questions later. Let's get it popping. I wanted to give people a platform where they can express themselves and talk about their business and their endeavors in a very safe space.
Content and entertainment just for you. The Intro Kit.
Friday Eve.
Or Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central. Are you looking for something to do on your lunch break? Well, there's a show on the BS3 Network that has only 4 words to say to you.
We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. We ready. We ready.
The Lunch Break with AJ, powered by JM&E. Live weekdays at noon Central. Welcome back to Mentality, where this is the ultimate masculine safe space. With Wize and Cole Johnson. Although Wize said that he probably won't award another effing moron of the year, I think he will after we take this person under their learning tree. This weekend, Oakland Athletics play-by-play announcer gave Kuiper, however you pronounce his last name. He was with the team in Kansas City, and they were having a ball, getting a chance to enjoy all things Kansas City, and they went to Kauffman Stadium, and they were getting ready to kick off the game between the A's and the Royals when this happened.
We had a phenomenal day today. League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
He called him the league. He called him the league with the hard R. Not like how you said, that's my no, he called it the league. Yeah. Had the R in that. Everything.
So the A's.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah,
I think he might have a category for himself, man. Like, did this stupid say this? This kind of shit, like, and he said it with a smile, like he was right. He said it correctly. Like, when I saw this, I'm like, this did not just say that on TV.
Oh my gosh! All right. So the A's suspended him. Who knows for how long? It is indefinitely. It is indefinitely.
So with like 99% of the cases ends up being get fired. You're really gonna be a part of the. You're gonna be down a lot.
Yeah.
now.
Right.
You be hanging out with the now, yeah. Definitely. Oh my God. Like, seriously. All common sense. I'm telling you, we've lost all common sense. And I'm not saying he's a racist. I'm not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But man, because this dude had the only. I know homeboy next to him when he heard it, he was like, "Yo," I know he was like,
"Oh boy."
He just said, because you can see once he heard it, he kind of like the ginger dude was like, this dude is wild. Yeah. So,
all right, man. Why do some white people find it easy to say the N-word?
Because President Orange has put a battery in their back.
Oh no!
It was probably practicing in the mirror, like drop that, like that.
Oh Lord! Practicing in the mirror. That's some priceless stuff right there. Oh my gosh. Ooh. The sad thing is, with some, they probably have. Oh
yeah. I'm almost positive.
Oh gosh. Oh Lord. All right. So, would you consider? I'll probably say keeper. I'll probably pronounce it that way. So, would you consider keeper making a mistake that was honest? Or do you think this was his absolute nature that just came out in public?
Again, that came off his lips very loosely, he said that he's said that a few times. That wasn't the first time he said that. That was not the first time came out of his mouth, because that came out nice and easy. So I don't want to hear that it was a mistake, because this said it nice and like it just rolled off his lips easily, like how I would roll off my lips when I'm chilling with my boys. But again, he said it with the hard R. He had that R. Yeah.
Making him sound like a pirate. Oh my god!
Bro, because that's oh my god! Like,
oh Lord! All right, so he did make a formal apology. Would you accept it?
Yeah, everybody deserves forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody deserves forgiveness. Would I forget him? Would I forgiven him the next day? Nah, it's gonna take some time, man. You can't be saying like that and expect me to forgive you the next day. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Gotta give me some time. Yeah, yeah, I don't know how you smooth it over right now, but it takes time. Eventually, times heal all wounds. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't believe that, but yeah, no. I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand how this was live. He said that with ease, with a big smile on his face. Play that clip again. Play that clip. I play that clip again, because you look, he had the biggest smile on his face. Like, people, watch how he says it. Watch how he said it like he's been saying. He's said it plenty of times.
Oh gosh!
I'm not.
Here we go.
We had a phenomenal day today. League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
It just rolled off his mouth. Easily. He said it. He has said it before. He probably say it again.
Oh Lord!
But this time won't say it out on TV land.
Oh my God!
But when he's home, I'm sure. I'm sure.
How should the A's handle this situation? As I know you're aware, they're dealing with sagging attendance and possibly moving the franchise from Oakland to Las Vegas.
I'm gonna piss a lot of people. Nah, I'm gonna be nice, but the A's. I'm gonna be nice. We gonna be good here. But the A's, yeah, no, they might as well just move out of Oakland, man. Let's be serious. Like they haven't. The stadium situation sucks.
It's horrible.
It's horrendous. Like I don't even know how these players want to play there. Like I don't know. I get it's a major league team, but
Mr. Keeper, sir, forget the fact that you know the word and you're so comfortable with it. Understand, sir, you should never, ever insult an absolute monument such as the Negro Leagues Museum by throwing a racial slur on it. You shouldn't insult those men and some women, but you should insult them because they had to hear that constantly when they were playing. So here you are, 2023. You're supposed to represent a brighter brand and a sparkling new day. And yet you remind us why there is a Negro Leagues Museum. Because unfortunately, there are people like you that still exists.
Yep.
And now, thoughts from the throne.
All right, so I have to get something off my chest. Parents,
I'm looking forward to this.
What the f are you letting your kids watch nowadays? I remember growing up. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Bugs Bunny had some racial undertones. The original, old school. Yeah, they had some. But what y'all doing to our kids today? I'm watching TV with my nephew, and he wants to watch Nickelodeon. I used to love watching Nickelodeon. Rugrats, Barney. Oh, where's Barney? What? These are some great shows. So now he wants to watch the show, Loud House, whatever the name is. And I don't understand why one of these little boys has two dads. I just didn't know. It blew my mind. Why is this in our kids' cartoons? And listen, I have family that are gay. I have a nephew that I love very much, that is very dear to me. But my little 6-year-old nephew shouldn't be watching programming like this. And I had a friend say this is normal. They're trying to normalize. No, this is not normal. Because not every house has two daddies. I feel we're promoting an agenda that shouldn't be promoted. So if you want to try to cancel me, if you don't approve of what I say, oh well, this is my opinion. This is how I feel. And I'm not going to change how I feel. Because again, I have to protect my grandkids. I have to protect my nieces and nephews. And I will. And I just don't agree with some of these TV programming.
You know, I've had to look at a lot of things. You know, I've come across a milestone birthday. But the funny thing is I've had to look at health in a different way. You know, look at health not necessarily from a vanity standpoint, but from a longevity standpoint. And, you know, I think about 3 of my brothers. One of them happens to host this show with me, you know, as he underwent a checkup at the hospital. And I'm glad that he is here with us still. I had something very similar happen to me about a few years back. And that was a hell scare for your behind. Yeah. So that was a hit close to home reminder for me that I have to do that. And if that wasn't enough, we have one of our partners, Drew Willingham, D. Willie. And he suffered a stroke last month, and now he's recovering nicely. We as men, gentlemen, we are the pillars of life. We are the pillars to society. And I don't give a crap if a woman says that they don't need you. They're lying. Yes, they do. They need you. They need you and me at the best optimal possible shape we can be. So don't shortchange yourselves. You have a lot to live for, starting with the man that looks in the mirror. And there's many others who want to see you succeed and be the man that you were destined to be on this earth and that you were blessed to be. And those are thoughts from the throne. All right, sir. Are there any other words that you have to say before we do go?
Oh, yeah. Boston. That's, yeah. They got that 8 game winning streak snap. Yes. I'm just a little bitter. I'm just a little bitter. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It irritates me that they're ahead of us. It does. It really does. It does.
Oh, and we did that.
I've never said I wasn't petty. I've never said I wasn't petty.
I know you didn't. I know you are. But this is hilarious. We did not talk about anything Boston on this show.
No, we did not. We did not. But Boston. And yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, for those, including those in Boston who love us, thank you for liking.
Probably, which is they don't like nobody. They're like I said, Boston, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing to this show where it is for all men, because it is for men, directed by men, and geared toward all men. And you all are jewels. Remember that. And that concludes this episode of Mentality. For Wize and Cole, I'm Cole Johnson, here to remind you, as we always say in parting, our secret technique is that we always speak with mentality. See you next time.
Peace.
That's 100.